Flee. Refrain from theft, looting, assault, murder, or tampering with others.
With all that tinkering Skippy does, that he'd have come up with something.
Security operation in progress. Reanalysis complete. Threat level red.
I think we can make this place home for a lot of people.
Sir?
Let me know if there's anything I can do.
Hello, may I offer you some recommendations? Looking for something different? Uncanny Caverns is only a short drive away. It's a safe, fun adventure for the whole family. The White Spring has long been a destination for world-class golf. Even if you don't play, you're welcome to walk the course. The mountain views are simply spectacular. Did you need something, monsieur? Good evening.
Refrain from theft, looting, assault, murder, or trampling the power.
We do what we can to make the resort look its best.
If you're caught out and about with no place to go, the responders have an outpost in Flatwoods.
Yes, even if they're dead. And now for something with just a little bit more twang. Here's walking the floor over to you, Spiker.
You ever get that feeling like you forgot something? Except I'm not sure what it is I forgot. Did Giuseppe overcharge me for that hairbrush? No, 50 caps is reasonable. Right?
Well, hello there, stranger. Sophie Wagner, pleased to meet you. Why, this is the Refuge, headquarters of the Responders. These ones, anyway. I hear some other folks might be using the name too. But these are the ones I know about. And joined. And work for. You get it. So, these are the Responders as far as I'm concerned. Oh, sorry, I get you now. Well, right now, I'm just getting things in order to take in donations. The Refuge always needs more stuff, you know, food, clothes, whatnot. Stuff people need. Hoping folks will want to help out. Rucker says you can't just have people dumping things any old place, so I'm getting organized first. Rucker likes things organized.
The safest place around. But I've heard of the monsters that lurk in the woods here, and I'm not so sure about that.
No need to apologize. Always fun to meet new people. You take care of yourself out there.
Now that that's settled, did Miss Rucker have any other requests I could help with?
Well, not specifically asked, but...
Oh, go on, dear. You know I'm thrilled to help if I can.
Well, she did mention needing some help with something for the clinic.
Ah, I see. Certainly.
And Sophie's starting her donation drive today.
The lovely Miss Wagner's charitable efforts. Yes, I hadn't forgotten.
Oh, and Esme's got something going on in the kitchen she could use a hand with.
Well, I shall certainly see what I can do about that. I'm sure I can arrange some assistance in these matters. Well, hello, darling. A pleasure to meet another guest of our fine establishment. I am Orlando, your host and management liaison. If you'll pardon me for just one moment, that will be all. Please give my regards to Ms. Rucker. If you are here for leisure, I regret to inform you that our regular resort activities are temporarily unavailable. However, if you are here for the Refuge and the fine work of the lovely Responders, I am delighted to welcome you on their behalf. Not as such, dear. They have my wholehearted support, and that of the White Spring management, but no. I am the management liaison for the White Spring, as I said, here to provide assistance to the Responders' Refuge efforts. My primary duties, otherwise, are to the caretaking and oversight of the White Spring itself.
Oh, how are we going to accommodate so many guests?
Perhaps you have not heard. The White Spring is now home to the Refuge, a place of safety and care for all in need. The Refuge is being run by the Responders, individuals committed to the well-being of their fellows. They founded the Refuge in response to new waves of refugees coming to Appalachia, people in great need of help. Food, medical care, clothing, a place to sleep. All of these are available for those who need them. Of course, dear. The owners of the White Spring itself. The resort, hotel, golf course, all of it. Very much still alive, I assure you, though regrettably unable to oversee affairs in current circumstances. As such, now that we have new guests, they have sent me in their stead to take care of things as needed. I couldn't be more pleased to do so. A delicious opportunity to be of help and meet fascinating people such as yourself.
I got a veiled threat from Orlando the other day telling me they'd reprogram me if I'm not more positive.
Darling, I am entirely at your disposal. Darling, you must understand. A place like the White Spring had, indeed still has, very wealthy people behind it. As was always the case, the truly wealthy had advantages the common people, such as you and I, lack. As for the White Spring itself, the staff of top-of-the-line robotics... Darling, you must understand. A place like the White Spring had, indeed still has, very wealthy people behind it. As was always the case, the truly wealthy had advantages the common people, such as you and I, lack. As for the White Spring itself, the staff of top-of-the-line robotic servants, security, and maintenance allowed it to weather the worst.
I wish they'd tell us what all of those construction workers are up to. Look at what a mess they're making.
Me? Have I beguiled you already, dear? I appreciate the flattery, of course. You must allow me to retain some mystery for now, though. I wouldn't want you to lose interest. Perhaps we can talk more some other time. We both have more important matters at the moment, I'm sure.
If only he would dust those shelves of his. The White Springs decor is refined and decadent. Don't listen to any naysayers.
I'd love to go back home someday, but I don't think there will be a home left to go to.
Oh, how are we going to accommodate so many guests? They aren't even
This
paying.
rotten robot tried to give me a haircut before running off. It's a shame. I can't get it back by myself.
No, not by any prior arrangement. Perhaps you visited us before. I must apologize for the state you found it in, if so. Regular operation of the facilities had been stopped, of course, due to a lack of guests. Only the robotic staff remained. The responders, believing it abandoned, took up residence, a completely understandable occurrence, of course. With new and worthy occupants, the management felt it wholly appropriate that it find a new purpose, and sent me. Until such time as the world needs leisure resorts again, the White Spring is happy to support the refuge.
Dust those shelves of his.
As I've said, I am the management liaison for the White Spring. I oversee the facility itself and its robotic staff. In addition, on behalf of the management, I arrange for the provision of certain material aid to the responders. They still have substantial resources and generously offer to share them to support their noble efforts. Of course, dear. What can I do for you?
They'd reprogram me if I'm not more positive.
What a wonderful thing for you to ask, darling. I knew there was something special about you from the moment I saw you. As it happens, the responders are looking for volunteers to assist them in a particular outreach effort. Those industrious wonders have repaired a vertibird to full working order and are using it to make contact with more distant settlements. They've made allies with people in Pittsburgh. The locals call it the Pit now, who seem to be in dire need of outside assistance. If you don't mind me saying so, you look like you can handle yourself. You might be just who they're looking for. Well, they'll be better able to explain the details, but I believe they're looking for fighters, actually. Their contacts in the Pit are in something of a desperate situation, it seems, against a dangerous enemy. I hate the thought of you putting yourself in such danger, but it does appear to be for a good cause. Oh, you're terribly brave, aren't you, dear? Imagine if we all had such courage. Now, darling, before anybody bundles you off, the first thing you should do is introduce yourself to some of the responders. I just so happen to know a few in need of more local assistance, and helping them will earn you the other thing you'll need. That other thing, of course, being the ultrasight battery cells, which fuel the vertibird. Ultracells, if you prefer. Why, from me, of course. Rather, from the management via me, that is. When management heard the responders were restoring the vertibird, they wished to help. They provided the ultracells, and I suggested them to the responders as an alternative means of fueling the vertibird. Per management instructions, I distribute a quantity to certain individuals regularly. Management feels this encourages collective decision-making rather than stockpiling. I'm sure they'd be willing to part with them in exchange for your aid.
A safe haven filled with people trying to help others? It feels like I've died and gone to heaven.
I could not
Or
possibly
hell, if
speak
you
to your
look out the window.
experience, dear. It sounds remarkable to make such discoveries. All I can tell you is that the management provides them for the refuge. Regrettably, that is as much as I know of the matter. I might wager that
Mr. Della
whomever
Ripper
was behind the
likes to
ultracell you
organize
discovered
scraps.
likely
Nothing
shared
else.
similar contacts with
Oh,
management at
only
some
he would
point,
dust those
but who can
shelves of
say?
his.
In an ideal world, darling, I'm sure they would. Sadly, this is not that world, and any reticence on their part is understandable. I don't want to speak for the responders, but I believe they may also see this as more for their union friends than for themselves. Your assistance with their more immediate concerns will ensure everyone
no problem
benefits.
too big to
Isn't that a good outcome?
I got a
Our
veiled
lovely
threat
Ms.
from
Rucker
the
is
other
the
day
closest thing to a leader the
reprogramming.
refuge has, though I believe she's less than comfortable with the title. You can find her in their headquarters, beyond the dining area. The darling chef, Miss Rousseau, needs some assistance in the kitchen, I hear. And Ms. Wagner, over in the common area, is looking for donations. I'm sure your generosity will be well rewarded. Wonderful, my dear. I'm certain you will be a tremendous help to them and the refuge. When you are finished with each of them, I recommend you speak with Mr. Skippy Rorich, the pit union representative. I imagine he'll want to discuss the situation in the pit with you before you embark. Do feel free to visit me at your leisure if you wish to chat. I have an office in the management wing. You can't miss it.
The White Springs decor is refined and decadent. Don't listen to any naysayers.
I sure hope this mole rat bite doesn't get infected.
I wish they'd tell us what all of those construction workers are up to. Look at what a mess they're making. I wish they'd tell us what all of those construction workers are up to. Look at what a mess they're making.
Folks don't join the responders for caps. They join to make a difference.
That miscreant from Kratos scratched my chassis on the way in. How rude! Mr. Della Ripa only likes to organize his stamps. Nothing else. Oh, if only he would dust those shelves of his.
These robots sure make my job easier.
I got a veiled threat from Orlando the other day telling me they'd reprogram me if I'm not more positive. The White Springs decor is refined and decadent. Don't listen to any naysayers. Oh, how are we going to accommodate so many guests? They aren't even paying. Mr. Della Ripa only likes to organize his stamps. Nothing else. Oh, if only he would dust those shelves of his. I got a veiled threat from Orlando the other day telling me they'd reprogram me if
Potatoes
I'm
here
not
taste
more
amazing.
positive.
So fresh, and only a few rads.
I wish they'd tell us what all of those construction workers are up to. Look at what a mess they're making.
Sorry, I'm not much for conversation. Allison talked my ear off.
If I make this adjustment, I'm well beyond the blueprint on this one. Going off script.
If you need a bed for the night, I'm sure Orlando could find a place for you.
That miscreant from Kratos scratched my chassis on the way in. How rude! If you want to taste something heavenly and divine, Miss Esme is always whipping something up in the kitchen.
Robot butlers? Is this a refuge or a palace?
Repairs will be completed shortly. Thank you for your patience. This is an active work site. Guests are advised to stand clear. Pardon our dust. Repairs will be completed shortly. Thank you for your patience. Pardon our done. Today's security status is red. Please take appropriate precautions. This is an active work site. Guests are advised to stand clear.
I can't wait until dinner.
Help yourself to a table. Someone will be right over.
The cool uniforms are just a nice bonus.
Considering all the places I could have ended up, I'm extremely lucky I'm here.
Can't believe
I've
we've
never
got a
felt safe.
bird. That's a step up in the world if I've ever seen one.
I think I heard a Protecton bark the other day. Am I going crazy?
Good morning. The dining room is open for breakfast. Please feel free to seat yourself.
My friends didn't want to join up with me. Said the responders sounded like too much work. Wonder what they're doing now. Don't bother talking to that person from Crater. Nasty bunch, aren't they?
This bloodleaf aioli really elevates the Mirelurk meat.
This wanton robot tried to give me a haircut before running off. It's a shame. I can't get it back by myself.
I was out scavenging for food earlier. Only got attacked by Scorched once.
Always make sure to boil your water before you drink it.
I hope we get some Deathclaw meat soon. Its tenderness is magnifique.
Potatoes here taste amazing. So fresh, and only a few rads.
Bonjour! My name is Esme Rousseau, but most people around here know me as Chef Esme. We've had some representatives from Foundation and Crater come here seeking assistance with the recent influx of refugees. I thought that we could help them out by providing some food for their people. I've started a pot of venison and potato stew, one of my newest creations. Would you be able to help me finish it? How wonderful! I can't wait to whip up something delicious for everyone! The stew requires potatoes, venison, salt, black pepper, and carrots. The ingredients can be found in our storage area. Your job is to grab the ingredients and put them in before the stew burns. Super! Let's have you start by stirring the stew, which will help keep it from burning. Remember to continuously stir during the cooking process.
I heard about what happened in Morgantown. I know it was way back, but I'm glad they chose to send me somewhere safe and not somewhere like that.
Fantastique! Let's get the first of the ingredients and prepare them. You're looking for carrots, potatoes, and the pièce de résistance, the venison.
There's no problem too big to solve.
Please, have a seat. Someone will be with you shortly.
I could really use a drink, but Rucker wants us sober on the job.
Considering all of the places I could have ended up, I'm extremely lucky I'm here. I've never felt safer.
No mouth in Appalachia will go hungry with Chef Esme around.
I heard a bunch of nerds arguing over comic book heroes yesterday. Aren't there more important things to worry about?
No reservations required. Help yourself to any table.
I love Esme's cooking. It's been so long since I've had food with actual flavor.
It is so wonderful having people to cook for again.
Safe haven filled with people trying to help others? It feels like I've died and gone to heaven. Or hell, if you look out the window.
Please seat yourself. A waiter will be with you shortly.
We could always use an extra hand around here.
Oh, I can't wait until dinner.
Robot butlers? Is this a refuge or a palace?
I wish Papa could taste this meal. He would be so proud.
Folks don't join the responders for caps. They join to make a difference.
This is smelling delicious. Let's add more flavor with some salt and pepper now.
Please have a seat. Someone will be with you shortly.
I think I heard a Protectron bark the other day. Am I going crazy?
The work I do is extremely rewarding. But boy, is it tiring.
Superbe!
safe haven filled with people trying to help others? It feels like I've died and gone to heaven. Or hell, if you look out the window.
Now that your stew is done, it is time to add your own special touch. Some added flavor is a fantastic idea. This stew rivals my own talents. You must cook with me again sometime. Here is your finished stew. Now, it is time to feed some of the hungry. I believe you can find the raider and settler representatives in the bar area. You must make a choice, since there is not enough to feed everyone, I'm afraid. I'll do my best to gather more ingredients so that we can cook again another time.
I was out scavenging for food earlier. I only got attacked by Scorched once.
There's no problem too big to solve.
If I didn't keep tallies, I'd have no way of counting how many days I've been in Appalachia.
There's a lot of supplies here that look ripe for the picking.
Are you at the refuge? We've got people going hungry, and too many mouths to feed at Foundation.
During all the places I could have ended up.
I didn't expect a meal this good. Everyone is going to be so happy when I bring this back. Thank you.
Wonder if they have any chems laying around.
That one always gets me.
Good morning. The dining room
My friend,
is
I hope you will
open
stop by
for
and join us for dinner sometime.
breakfast. Please feel free to seat yourself.
It is such a lovely place, is it not? Oh, Orlando? What a sweet person that one is. I love what they're doing here at the White Spring, allowing us all into their home. I feel so blessed to be welcomed here as the chef. I absolutely adore having more people to cook for. Sure. Oh, me? Oh, my papa was an amazing chef in France, and together we would cook meals for Maman. Dinner time was our favorite time together. I had dreams of owning my own restaurant one day. But alas, that was not in the cards for me. However, I do so enjoy making food for everyone here at the refuge. I like to think that my meal bring a touch of humanity back into the world. Of course!
It's nice to see people around in the Responders uniform again.
Folks don't join the responders for cabs. They
I heard
join
there's
to
some
make a
monsters
difference.
in the pit that'll give you a run for
Can't believe we got a vertibird. That's a step
Well,
up
hello
in the
there,
world if I've
stranger.
ever seen
Pleased to meet you. I'm Sophie Wagner. Look around. The refuge. Quite a place, isn't it? I mean, sure, fancy pants golf club. Hey, you're back. Rucker's put me in charge of running a bit of a donation drive. Have you met Rucker? She's amazing, you should. Anyway, it might surprise you to know an operation like this is always churning through supplies. We work hard to keep things in stock, and that funny Orlando character does their best to help out as well, but well, we still have shortfalls. So here I am, asking generous folks such as yourself to help us fill in those gaps and keep the refuge running.
Damn, that bloodbug sting was nasty. Wonder what it was like pre-war when they were tiny.
Let me check my notes. You would not believe how fast we've been going through our stash of steel scrap. It's been nuts. 50 units, if you have it, would go a long way. That's okay. Who just carries that around in their pockets or whatever, right? I'll be here all day, though. If you want to come back, bring it by later. If you can, of course. You know where to find me. It'd really make my day if you did.
My friends didn't want to join up with me. Said the responders sounded like too much work. Wonder what they're doing
If you
now.
see anyone struggling out in Appalachia, be sure to tell them about the White Spring.
Do you ever wonder where Giuseppe gets all his curios from? There's times I worry I'm not doing enough or that I'm not good enough. I just try to remember that I managed to get here in the first place.
But I can't help but like him.
Check in with the medics if you're feeling under the weather.
Ugh.